Good evening, welcome. Saturday night. Yes, it must be time for ESC Fan TV's uh, MGP semi-final 5 review. Can you even have 5 semi-finals? I have no idea. We're saying we have this time round. It's the final one. We know almost every single finalist that will go through to next week's grand final, with one exception, and that's the wild card that gets revealed on Monday. I've got a fantastic panel with me from across Europe that will be giving their opinions on tonight's show, and helping me do that in the chat, monitoring every single message you send us and displaying it on screen in a throwback to last year. He's got his pink jacket. It's Stu.
I
Hey,
got on the
Stu.
pink jacket. Yeah, I have. And I'm in the chat room, Tom. I'm with the chatters this evening. I'm in the cheap seats. Can't wait.
Hey, looking forward to that. Now, also joining us this evening from Belgium, we've got the lovely Alina. Good evening, Alina.
Good evening, and for everyone wondering, yes, I did the dishes. It's all good.
Hey. Also joining us from sunny Scotland, it's the lovely Ian and Donna.
Good evening.
Hello.
And it's not sunny.
No, it's not.
I'm trying to be optimistic. Well, you know it's been freezing, but you know, it's a mental state of mind. Joining us from England, it's Joe.
Hello, everyone. I just realised I'm in the centre square tonight. I'm centre square girl. Yay!
Hey. We've also got from Turkey, Marios. Cyprus, Where are you, Marios? I have no idea what country you're in at the moment.
I'm everywhere. Good evening. And yes, it's been very sunny here and it's fantastic.
Hey. And also from Germany, we've got Oben.
Guten Abend, Europe. Good evening, Europe. Good morning, Australia. Kalinita, Europe. Yaksamla, Europe.
Hey. Now, also, don't forget, if you think the right song went through tonight, if you think the wrong song went through tonight, express your views in our poll. Go to menti.com. It's 72 83 98. The code is running across the bottom of the screen. And let us know. Let's dive straight in, guys. So, the jewels. The jewels never fall potentially the way we'd like them to, but it was Tuvea with their farmyard song. I'm not going to pronounce the Norwegian. Why would I embarrass myself? Against River and Coming Home. Let's go straight into song 1 and go straight to Marios. What did we think of this? I'm going to say it out loud now. Totally bonkers entry.
Well, that's why it was so good. And semi-final 5 is over. That's been a long process. This song, as I said last night on the show, I think I'm going to have to see a therapist because I really love this song. And even on stage tonight, it looked so funny. And we got some animals, not live ones, of course. But the thing is that these guys, they didn't look like the type of people that would be singing this kind of song. It was a good staging, and I actually enjoyed it. I was just laughing all the time. It was great.
Hey, well, to be fair, we do like bringing some sunshine into our lives, and what better way to do it with that performance? Let's go to Ian and Donna on this as well. I mean, obviously, what would happen if this act ever had to use a green screen?
Oh, good God.
I think you just see heads bobbing, wouldn't you, really? And then occasionally a cow coming up out.
It was mad enough without that. That was brilliant. So it was very cleverly done. It was very funny.
I know, I didn't stop smiling all the way through. It was fabulous. Although I'm not sure about their outfits, though. They've kind of gone all Scooch-esques with the John Deere tractor colouring, really, haven't they, for it? Very mental.
Yeah.
Loved it, though.
It was fun. The only criticism I say is we could see an awful lot of off-stage stuff and people not quite hidden. If they do come through in the wild card, I think they'll need to really tighten up on that camera work and stuff because it was a bit sloppy. But Very, very funny. Very good. It was so much fun.
Oh, and I'm just going to get Oben's view on this. Too much green, Oben, or just the right amount?
I mean, I have to be honest, Tom. That duel is both songs on that duel was like more or less the same for me. I had the same like approach. I had like nah. But it's just for me. It just came to down that do I go for two cute guys or do I go for three cute guys? And so they were of course they were my winner of the duel. I mean, it was very funny, and I have the soft spot for the Norwegian guys. I'm sorry, Norwegian languages and stuff. So that was my winner. That was my winner of the duel.
Well, great to hear your views there, Oben. I've just seen a message in our little private chat room. For some people, the menti.com link may not be working, and that's because we missed a digit off the code. It should be 72 83 98 0, and if you go to menti.com, you should now be able to vote. And if you think that was the song that should have won this evening, okay, go on there, register your opinion, and let us know. Also, don't forget to keep your comments in the chat room, and we'll take all of your views on Duel 1 in a moment, once we've looked at the second song, River, Coming Home. Alina, what did you make of this barnstorming performance?
I really liked it. I liked the outfits. I liked the man. I liked the song. I liked that one man. Yeah, it had some common limits vibes going on. So yeah, it was the winner of the two for me.
Hey, and Joe, I mean, I thought this actually was quite almost stadium-esque in how they tried to stage it and stuff. I mean, what was your take on it?
Yeah, definitely. I mean, we've all seen that staging before, haven't we? If we think about it, not that long ago, 6 years ago. But yeah, I mean, I love the song anyway. So I didn't think he sang it as well, but certainly from a staging point of view, it was very copycat to Netherlands 2014. However, it worked. It did work for them, didn't it? It did look nice. And yeah, sang a little bit better, but I'm glad they got through. I'm glad they got through the duel.
I mean, Joe, do you think that their performance is a potential wildcard contender performance?
Oh, that's a good question. Yes, definitely, because it's still my favourite song of the night. When you look at it, there's probably 5 or 6, isn't there, that are really good potential wild card, and that is one of them, definitely.
Hey, now, Stu, obviously they've been chatting in the chat room about both of these songs and letting us know what they think. But what did you think of River? Did they bring it on home for you, or was it just a little bit short?
Yeah, it's more of a puddle for me, Tom. I was watching this thinking I kind of want a bit more. They sang it okay, but I just felt the staging was a little bit lackluster. Pleased it went through. I have to say, last night I championed the Farmers, but actually I thought their staging totally sucked. I really didn't enjoy it at all. And so I was quite happy that River went through. I thought that was the right winner. In fact, I actually agreed with the results tonight, which is quite bizarre. I usually go the other way. But felt River were the right winner tonight. I thought it was the right vocal, okay-ish performance, could have elevated it at least once or twice. But it just didn't really do it for me. And we'll come on to the eventual winner shortly. But I think out of this duel, I absolutely would have gone for River. Felt it was the right winner.
Hey, thanks, Stu. And what are they saying in the chat room?
Not a lot at the moment. I think a couple of them should wake up. Send me your comments, guys. Keep it coming through. But the ones that are talking are saying that it absolutely should have been River.
Cool. Now, let's go to the panel. Panel, obviously, this is Tuvea versus River. Did the right song get through to the gold final? Alina?
Yes.
It's a yes from you. Ian and Donna?
Yeah.
Yes, yeah, I think so, actually.
Joe?
Yeah.
Marios?
Yes, it did.
Oben?
I mean, I don't enjoy being the odd one here, but like the performance was so awkward. He didn't feel comfortable at this stage at all. His one eye is always in his friend, and it's like, am I doing this right? Should I keep going? And then, of course, the 2A was the clear winner for me.
But you know why the younger guy had one eye and going, am I doing this right? Their father-in-law and son-in-law.
So that doesn't explain. What is this supposed to mean? The stage is the place where everybody is equal, darling.
And Stu, did the right song go through?
Yeah, absolutely. I felt the two lads really kind of gave it as much as they could give, and I felt that their vocal was good. And yeah, who doesn't love a Victor Crone ripoff?
Oh, harsh. But it's a 7-1 thing. We're saying that, yes, the right song did go through to the gold final. Do you think either of those songs should have won? Go to menti.com, 72 82 98 0, and let us know. Now, whilst we're on the subject of these duels, guys, there's been a lot of talk throughout the 5 weeks about these duels not necessarily falling in the way that we would have liked them to. So my question to the panel, my wildcard question to the panel, and I'm going to go to Ian and Donna first on this one, is there a better system to actually determine how these duels are going to take place?
Ooh, ouch, that's a hard question. Thank you.
If you're going to do the duels like that, it has to be random, I think. I'm not keen on the idea with the duels because you can depending who, you can knock out a song quite early on that I think should probably get further through the competition. I think it's awfully easy for something good to fall early, just because it happens to come up by chance against a slightly stronger song.
Yeah.
Straight away. But yeah, if you're going to do the draws, if you're going to have that kind of duel set up, I think it just has to be random chance, which they do.
I mean, they've got the app, and I'm going to go to Marios for this one. They've got the app, Marios, and could they not set up a system? Because they released the songs on the Monday. Could they actually get the people to vote for who they'd like to see in what duel? And determine
I think that would be... Yeah, that would be a great idea. That's very good, actually, to involve the people more in this process, because this was a long process if you really think about it. So I think they could have got the public more involved in this. And I mean, some duels benefited some songs more than others. I don't know what other system they could use, but I'm sure the Norwegians are quite clever, and maybe at some point they'll come up with a more clever idea.
I think it's a constantly evolving thing. Now, Duel 2. Let's just lay this down on the line, people. Duel 2, NRK, what happened? Because for many of us, and guys, you aren't alone in this, when it came to Anna Finn talking in my sleep, they did the announcement, the song started, and then we just got buffer. And the stream went. So some of the panelists, sadly, didn't get a chance to see the performance. However, some of us seem to also have internet gremlins that are hard at work doing the right thing, don't they, Stuart? And actually watched the whole thing and wondered what we were on about. Over to you.
Yeah, the app was fine. Okay, so I guess I'm the only one talking about this song tonight. So I just brief everyone on anyone who missed it. So along comes Anne Finn wearing some old dodgy brown trench coat. And onto stage she comes, walking along like a treadmill, like I said last week. like someone had filled her boots full of water. And she starts singing, Tom. And it was a great vocal. It really, really was. And I was winning her along. And I thought, do you know what? You should have been in the other duel. You would have been in the final, girl. But unfortunately, she wasn't. She was up against an absolute powerhouse, which we'll come to in a minute, and performed the heck out of that song. But it was a case of, and you know what? I do think if we were doing this duel by duel, this would have probably won the other duel, but that's just me. I thought she gave everything she could possibly give, Tom. But the song itself wasn't as strong as I Can't Escape, and that's the reason she didn't do so well. But go and watch it on YouTube, guys. It was really well performed, and the vocal was on point.
Hey, thanks for that, Stu. Now, let's talk about the other act, America. I Can't Escape, the song that did get through to the gold final. I think we can say this was the hotly anticipated song of the night for most people. And we'll start off with Alina. What did you make of America's performance this evening?
Well, I watched it with my boyfriend because the internet was lost and I needed some help. So we watched it together and we had the same opinion that if you close your eyes, you would imagine another type of girl singing the song. And I like the song a lot, but it's kind of weird for me. Like, I don't want to shame anyone or anything like that, but it's just weird, I think. I expected, like, shit, I forgot the song again, from 2018, like the girl, Joe, help me out, you remembered? Duna.
Ava.
Yes.
When were you?
Yes,
Lithuania, 2018.
Thank you. I expected that kind of girl with that song. And it was a bit of, oh, okay, good.
It's interesting, isn't it? Stu, what's your take? I mean, if we're talking about vocal, I was thinking about Panda from 2019 in terms of the vocal that she delivered over that one. But what was your take on the performance this evening?
Before I go there, can I just bring this comment up, please, Tom? And I will get to your point. I just want to wish my friend Hayley and her partner all the congratulations in the world. They've just got engaged during lockdown. So congratulations to the pair of you. I wish you a very happy life together. And yeah, all the very best. Thank you for joining us this evening on this very special occasion. Back to your point, Tom. America. Do you know what? There's sometimes you hear a vocal and you think, this is really, really special. And then you combine that with a quite almost bizarre but really intriguing staging, and it just connects and works. This, for me, just worked on every single level. She's got star potential. The vocal was absolutely flawless. I love it when someone kills a stage, comes on and actually really attacks a song, and she delivered everything I wanted and more. This, for me, has the potential to really kick on in that final, and I would not rule this out, because I think this will beat Kim, and I also think that this could be a strong contender to win MGP 2021 this year. It's an outside favourite. However, do not rule it out, because this one has everything going for it and more. There you go.
Okay, cheers to that, Stu. Marius, I could see you nodding away there.
Yeah.
Was this the one that got your vote this evening?
Absolutely, and as I said last night, this song means so much to me on a personal level too. I'll second what Stuart said. Everything he said is absolutely correct. This song is just, it's magical, and I think it will give Kim a bit of a trouble, actually, as Stu said, but I'm not too sure if it could win Melodi Grand Prix, because right now, when they showed the recap of the songs, the thing that came to mind was that we have a really, really good set of songs. And as I said also last night, the Norwegians want to win this. And I think that they've got a few songs in there that if they end up going to the Netherlands, they could come back home with the trophy. This one could easily do that.
Interesting. Now, Ian and Donna, I come to you as my staging experts, and I'm going to be honest with you. I'm going to give you my opinion on this because I
Okay.
thought the vocal was good, and it reminded me of Panda, but I did think that in terms of the staging, there was a danger at some points where she was almost getting swallowed up a little bit by the stage. Was that the case for you? And if so, how would you see about actually rectifying that for next week's final?
I don't think it was so much the stage for me. I think actually it was the placements of maybe some of the violinist musicians and then the camera work on top of it. So I would actually change some of the camera work rather than necessarily just her sort of positioned as she was on the stage. I thought that actually worked quite well. And even the wide shots towards the end as she went into the big note, that was really quite nice. And again, we've got used to the kind of sweeps with the lighting and stuff, and that kind of built that nicely, I think, as well. So I wouldn't change too much, but I would maybe perhaps change where the musicians were if they were going to be present again with it. And the projection, I don't know if I like that at all. Just the kind of way it made her look. There's lots of Billie Eilish about it. There's no doubt about that. Even especially as she's gone for that kind of hair choice, because that's what Billie's kind of rocking at the moment as well. So it has every potential. But yeah, I wouldn't change too much. What about you?
Yeah, I think we need to see her face better.
Yeah.
It's very artistic. It's really nice imaging, but it's hard to see her face when you light her in blue and red. And also that it also, because of her hair colouring, it makes that pop rather oddly on camera. Almost like it's a UV effect. It's a little bit panto-ish, but too much like pantomime. So, yeah, we need to see her a bit better. It's a nice look to start with, but I think we need to see her perform it.
Now, I'm gonna move on to Joe on this. Obviously, we are blown away by the vocal, and we're making lots of comparisons between particularly last week's winner, Kim, and America, who went through this evening. Is there a danger, though? Because we've touted both as potentials to be up there. Is there a danger with these two songs that they're basically going to split the same vote?
Yeah, they could cancel each other out, couldn't they? I've been thinking that from the beginning. I mean, for the record, I'm not a massive fan of her voice. I'm not a massive fan of a female singer that sings like that. And no, not anything personal to her. But as far as the two of them go, yeah, I think it could be that they end up, as you say, splitting the vote. But if we're talking ballads, I don't think, we do have a third pre-qualified ballad that has a big fan base. So if someone's saying, yeah, we want to send another ballad to Eurovision, they're going to go for someone like Tix or something. They're not necessarily going to go for those guys. So,
It's food for thought. It is food for thought, isn't it? Now, Oban, I've saved the best till last. I could see you psyching yourself up there. Wrap it up for us. Was America the song for you?
I mean, Tom, America is like, just like you know how I get the chance to watch, thanks to the stewards, all the efforts that Stewart provided, all the infrastructure. I would like to appreciate and acknowledge his support throughout this process, so allowed us to watch it. It was Tom. Sorry, my bad. So Tom, but that song, that vocals, and when I'm saying about like how impressive the vocals is, it's not about belting the high notes. It's about the killing every note. The high, the low, the intimate, the powerful, the whole performance, the journey. She carried us along the 3 minutes. We were captivated. We were in there, in the moment with her. And I think this song is a winning material, not just MGP, but Eurovision, but Grammy, but Sanremo, but any song contest, any song award, any music award. This is a very high quality, and I see going forward the final Monument, Hero, and I Cannot Breathe. It's a 3-horse race for the moment for me.
Interesting. Lots of strong words there from the panel. Stu, what's the chat room saying about all of this?
Oh, it's no question, America is everybody's favourite. I think we're obviously going to get to the vote later. And by the way, guys, still time to vote for your favourite from tonight. Which one you felt should have qualified? 72, 82, 98 and 0. 82, Tom. It's my fault because I cocked up the Menti thing from the start. 72, 82, 98 and 0. Make sure you vote. I think it's going to be a two-way dance between Coming Home and America, but I think in general the chat room is saying that America was the best song tonight, and should have gone through. There's one or two in there, not so sure. Little John says he doesn't think America is a very good song for 2021. I imagine he's thinking of the singer, not the country, but maybe not. There you go, Tom. Back at you.
Hey. Cheers for that, Stu. Yes, it's not just NRK that can have technical difficulties. We have our own in inputting those. Now, Monday night, NRK presents 3 hours of wildcards. We have 15 songs, I believe, and one winner going through to the final. We have seen so many different varieties of songs there. I could name every single one of them if I wanted to keep you here all evening, as I struggle to remember some. But instead, I'm going to go to my panel and ask them who they think is going to be favourite to actually claim that wildcard spot on Monday night and get that spot in the final. Just some names off the top of my head, guys. Could it be Faith, Bloody Faith and Yawn, which we've talked about? Could it be Stu's favourite word of all, Elevate? Could it be we see my favourite thing, just saying.
What the hell
Justice.
does that say? Justice for Land Rover's shelter?
That's the one, Stu. Don't forget it when you vote for it. Could it be Psycho? Could it be Rivers Coming Home? These are just some of the songs that are there. I'll tell you what. Let's go straight to Stu. Who's going to get the wild card, Stu?
First two you mentioned. I think it would be between Yawn and oh no, actually. Oh, do you know, I forgot Stina as well. Stina, Yawn, or Big Daddy Carson for me.
Okay, interesting. Alina.
Yes. For me, it's between Elevate, Big Daddy Carson, and Coming Home. Because I need to do more dishes.
You do realise that, you can just play it on Spotify.
Nah.
Ian and Donna.
You first.
It's very open, isn't it? I'd love to see Jorn come back through. I think the Farmers from tonight have a chance because it's if folk are looking for something fun that's not already in there. But,
True.
Yeah, there's so many good songs left that didn't get through already. So
I know.
I'm really not sure.
I still probably favour Stina actually, and Yawn. They're the two most listened to on my Spotify list at the moment. So. They would be my favourites. Although Coming Home as well, I wouldn't be disappointed if that went through.
No, not at all. Yeah, that'd be good. That'd be another good. Yeah. Too many good choices.
Sounds like we're narrowing it down. No one's come up with Psycho yet, though. I mean, very underrated song. Very underrated song. Oban, what would you suggest is going to be the one to go through to that wild card?
I am very unprepared for this question, but I'm gonna say when looking at the qualifiers so far, it is gonna be very intense. Finally, like there's so many dramatic songs, very like epic violins in the background. And I think MGP will need some positive light, a break song. It's like everybody sings along, dance along, and I'm definitely going for Tuvea, something like that. Yeah, if I'm not pronouncing it wrongly. And of course, the three lads, easy on eyes, easy on ears, some joy to our lives, some taste to our tongues, and everywhere else as well. So yeah, Tuvea.
Okay, and Joe.
I don't know why you've asked me this question. I can name about 10. It's terrible. I'd like to see Pages or V Norga on a alternatively, of course, our joint favourite, who I'm not pronouncing tonight, but you know what I mean.
It's fine.
And
I'm
maybe
prepared for
Face
this
Buddy
moment.
Face. Yeah, that's the one. Or Face Buddy Face. But I think I'd like to see V Norga go through. It's a feel good song, isn't it?
Yeah, it is. It is a very good feel-good song. Marios, dare I even ask, who's going to get that wild card?
Well, there are some great songs, but I would say they're going to go for something different, and I think it's Daddy's Night. It's going to be Daddy's Night. I am absolutely sure, and I really hope that goes through.
Hey, and speaking of Big Daddy, Stu, hit the play button.
Hi guys, this is Big Daddy Kushton. I just want to give a little shout out to Marios and ESC Fan TV for the support and for the love. I'm really, really feeling it. I can't explain with words how much I want this wild card, not only for me, but for the entire LGBTQIA plus movement. I think this song means a lot to me. I already know it means a lot to a lot of Norwegians. And I think it's a song that could mean a lot to a lot more people if they were given the chance to hear it. And maybe change some conservative minds along the way. So please vote for me on Monday. If you need some inspiration for that, check out my freestyles to Fairy Tale and La de Svinge that dropped earlier today, Saturday. Yeah, I don't know what more to say. Thank you. Thanks to everyone who supports me and lots of love, lots of love.
Hey, and big love to Big Daddy for doing that for us as well. And thanks to Marios for talking to him as well. It's going to be tough on Monday. I think the trouble is there's only one spot available, and I'd probably give it to 5 songs, at least 5 songs out of all of them. Ooh, do you know what? I'm not even going to commit myself. I'm not even going to commit myself at all to a single song at all. Now, obviously, tonight we got to see the final automatic finalist, Rain Alexander. Could we say he's come back for one last time? See, with his eyes wide open. The bad jokes. He performed his song. We called this a James Bond-esque track last night. Obviously, this track was written by Moreland, who I know Joe has a particular affinity with. So it's only fair to get Joe's thoughts on Rain's performance tonight first.
Oh, I knew you'd come to me first. Yeah, lovely Moreland, a lovely Christian. I know. Yeah, do you know? I mean, I missed. I didn't really see it because obviously, it was still down. But I've just watched it on YouTube before we came on, and I have to say, I'm quite disappointed with the staging because I love the beginning with the chess. I love the fact that he's not in a Viking outfit, and it's an absolutely fabulous song. I'm not really keen on the speaking at the beginning, but it was great on stage. Didn't like the dancers; they didn't go anywhere, and I just think that he needs to kill the dancers and You know, I like what he did in the background. You know, sort of putting up things like the bed and things like that. But I do think that he needs to kill those dancers for the final. But it's a great song.
Can we just emphasise, Joe? We don't mean kill the dancers. We
Yeah,
just
we
mean
don't
not
mean
have them
kill
on
the
stage.
dancers, just kill them. Yeah.
Yeah.
I am not condoning violence. That sort of stuff.
I'm going to return to Ian and Donna for this. Did you get a chance to see the performance? What did you think? Does the staging need altering?
I think so, but I'm not entirely sure how. I loved his presence. He's got such a gravitas on stage that the song is fabulous. He performs it well. But I don't know how they could change it much. I didn't like the dancers either, Joe, to be honest. What about you?
I'm not. I think the opening was quite well done. I was worried about that spoken part because it was on the just the audio was like.
It's very William Shatner, isn't it? That moment.
But that was nicely done.
Yeah.
I do like the fact he has this kind of quiet power about him. Is a sort of presence on stage. He doesn't need to do a lot himself to convey the song. That kind of stillness about him is quite nice, and it suits his voice. It suits that song. I'm not sure the dancers are really needed.
Well, we've seen that already a few times, haven't we? Where we've all sort of said there's too many dancers. We don't need the dancers, or whatever. So maybe it's another one that's suffered that fate at the moment. But again, if most people are going to change for the final, I think this one has chance as well to change.
Okay. Oban, One Last Time or Eyes Wide Open? What performance did you like best?
What performances among which one?
So, Rain's performance from last year, One Last Time,
Oh,
Viking and Fire and all things.
Oh no.
Or Eyes Wide Open.
Oh no. Oh no, please, no. This one is way better. Way better. And I'm so proud of him. The progress he progressed for the last 1 year. And then the point that he came as an artist, as a performer, as a singer. So proud of him. On the contrary to Joe and Donna, I thought the staging was enchanting, and it's still too intense for me. But I'm like, I was engaged. Like, it kept me, the whole staging, the dancers and everything, kept me still. I'm still listening. Okay, you get me through these last 3 minutes. So I think it was effective, and I enjoyed it. And thank you.
Hey, cheers for that, Oban. Now, Marios, Rain Alexander last year, we thought potentially, I say we thought, I'm being very general here, that he was hard done by. He should have made it through to the final four in the grand final last year. Are we going to see him in the final four on next Saturday night based on that performance?
I think that we will see him in the final four. We spoke about this last night too. I didn't like the song last year, so I wasn't surprised that he didn't make the top four. He's an amazing artist. I mean, his voice is just great, and he's got a great beard too. But this song, it's too Bond-esque for me. But I think that the Norwegians will get behind him on this one, and I think he will make the top four. Yes.
Okay. Do you know what? I've come to almost everyone. So Alina, you're up next, my lovely. Rain Alexander, is he going to make that top four? Is this performance, better than One Last Time?
Well, if the performance is better, I don't know, because I didn't see it. Because the connection was lost. Thank you, Norway. But yeah, I think he will go to the final four. I mean, it's like we all said yesterday, it's a Bond-esque song, and I mean, I'm in Belgium. We send a lot of Bondesk songs to Eurovision. So if this was in Belgium, I'm sorry, this would probably be our entry. Just throwing the ball there, you know.
So basically, what you're suggesting is, if Rain fails to win in Norway, come across to Belgium, and you know that you take it with open arms.
Yes.
Hey, Stu, what is the chat room saying about Rain Alexander? Also, what did the chat room reckon about the wild card aspect on Monday? Who are they predicting is going to make it through?
Okay, wild card. Let's take that one first. So lots of different answers. I think it's pretty mixed. We've got Via Nordica. We've got that Land Rover Shelter song that you were on about. We've got River and Jorn, Stina Tarling. We've had a Daniel Owen in there somewhere as well. I think probably the ones that come out the most are Jorn, Via Nordica, and Elevate. There you go. Second time I've said that today. And genuinely, it's in the chat room. I've not just made it up, Tom. What was the second question? Sorry, I forgot.
Rain Alexander, Stu.
Rain Alexander. It's not much on Rain Alexander. I don't think he's particularly set the world alight. Can I just make a comment myself? I thought the song last year was weaker than this year. I think his performance was better last year. So unfortunately, he kind of stays about the same level as last year for me, which means he'll miss out the top 4. I don't see this getting to the super final at all. Didn't think the performance was strong enough, Tom. I think they've got a lot of time. Well, they haven't got a lot of time. They've got a week, but they need to really think long and hard about how they stage it, because it didn't work for me tonight. And I would much rather have Rain stood on his own in the middle of the stage without anything going off behind him, and then have what he had behind him, because it was incredibly distracting and it just did not mix with the song.
Okay, cheers for that, Stu. Now, we are almost at the end of the show, but we know that we're back on Friday to actually preview the grand final. Now, you may recall my subtle joking, jibing, gentle persuasion that Stu would look fantastic in a wig and a blue leotard, doing some Rayleigh style hair movements. Well, guys, the good news is the video is done, but Stu said he would do it for charity. As you know, lockdown has put a lot of strain on many services, and in particular, when it comes to the health service, there have been particular issues with certain operations, and the ones that we're talking about are the cancer patients, where there have been stories in the news and so on and so forth about cancer patients that have not necessarily been able to have the treatment they need at the right time. So we have decided, as at ESC Fan TV, that we would like to raise some money for cancer research with this endeavour. So if you want to see the video, there will be a Just Giving page that Stu will be posting a link to on our Facebook page. I believe it's also going to go in the chat in tomorrow night's show, and when we do Portugal on Wednesday night, for you to donate some money to cancer research. And we're not going to reveal the target we're aiming for, but if you raise enough money, Stu will put that video on the internet for everyone to see, for us to watch for all time. And he's even messaged Rayleigh. He said that she's fine with that as well. So I think
I'm not sure she's fine with it. I think you've gone a bit too far on that. She's okay with the idea, Tom.
Okay with the idea.
She's particularly pleased with a 40-year-old man with a beard in a dress trying to look like her. I think she's particularly keen on that, but hey.
Don't age yourself up, love. You're only 39. Now. But
that is true.
It is something that we want to do for charity. And the video is there. I may have been very privileged enough to see the video. It is worth the watch. There we go. So my advice to you guys is to donate to a fantastic cause to raise money for cancer research. And on Friday night, we will reveal how much money we've managed to raise. And hopefully, if we've met Stu's threshold for internet, I don't want to use the word humiliation. What can I say? Internet novelty, I think. Then we will show the video. There we go. In all its glory. And do you know what, Stu? I think it's apt that the song title is called Hero, because it's a heroic thing to do, to put yourself forward like that, and also to raise money for such a good cause in this time. John Boy said in the chat, can't we have a teaser? Stu, have you got a photo of yourself in a blue leotard and wig to share as a teaser, just to whet people's appetite for
By
this?
the way, I will share a photo, but can I just say, I sent this to Rayleigh, and I won't tell you what response I got back from her. This is me dressed as... and I will say this now. It's very revealing around the bottom half and incredibly tight. So it's probably a good job I cut it off at my midriff. But you get the general gist. If you want to see me prancing around like a complete bloody idiot and moron, I'll do that for charity Friday night. Get your money out, get your hands out of your pockets with cash. Go to our Just Giving page that you'll find on the ESC Fan TV. I don't know where we're going to put it. We're going to put it on Instagram and on Facebook. You'll find it on there from tomorrow. And please give generously. I really appreciate it. I've done this for charity. I lost my father to cancer, and it's a very, very important charity to me. Tom's right. During COVID, there haven't been the ability for people up and down the country and across Europe to be diagnosed. And so this is our opportunity to give back, and I'm sure you will. So thank you very much for your support in advance. And yeah, thank you very much.
Hey. And we look forward to seeing the video on Friday. Now, we are almost at the end of tonight's show. There are a few things we need to do just to tie up this one. And the question to the panel, the question to you guys watching along in the chat room as well, is this: did the right song, i.e. America, make it through to the grand final next week? We're going to go around the panel, nice and easy. Alina.
Yes.
Ian and Donna.
Yes.
Yes.
Oban.
Yes.
Joe.
No, it was okay. I'm gonna go yes because everybody else has.
Oh, Joe, you don't have to follow the crowd. You can stand out.
You know, I would have preferred coming home. Yeah, never mind.
Yeah. Mario.
None of mine ever win.
Absolutely.
Stu.
Oh, without a question. Without a question. Although I can see the fans of Coming Home, and do you know what? I might throw them in the ring for Andre Chanson, or whatever they call it in Norway. It's not Andre Chanson, but can we call
Wild
it
card,
that?
Stu.
Andre Chanson is much a nicer term, isn't it? Let's go with that. Yeah, very close.
And do you know what? I'm going to side with Joe, just because I think there needs to be some solidarity amongst the River fans. There we go. And I'm going to say that Coming Home should have made it through. And I can see Annie, who was our fellow supporter last night, is actually voicing her support in the chat as well. So you have been voting. I don't know how many of you voted in the end, because obviously we managed to get the code wrong a few times, but you have been voting at menti.com. Let's find out. Stu, over to you. What have people said tonight?
Thank you, Tom. We'll do this really quickly, but I've got a feeling that this might be a lot closer than you think. So who do we think should have qualified tonight? They with 108 points. Coming Home. Second was I Can't Escape with 104. And then 103 is that weird song from the Farmers. It's all pretty close, actually.
That is probably the closest vote we've had.
Yeah,
that is the closest vote.
There you have it.
Amazing. And remember, guys, this is, As Terry Wogan once said, you've got no one else but yourselves to blame for the result of tonight's vote. It's your fault. There we go. Coming home in for the win. So we are back tomorrow night, 9 p.m. Central European time, and we're going to be going over all the excitement and fun of Melfest Semi-Final 2. No spoilers in the chat, please, because the panel haven't seen it yet because we watched MGP instead. Okay, so we're off to watch that shortly. We hope you will join us then. We're then back again on Wednesday night, and we're going to be previewing Portugal's Festival de Cancel. I will be there hosting that. I think Stu's joining me as well, along with associated other people to give their thoughts and opinions. And then, of course, we're back on the MGP preview train on Friday night. So it's a massive week here at ESC Fan TV. Don't forget, click the like and subscribe buttons. Ding-a-dong our bell, as we say. Keep the conversation going over on the Facebook page. Tune into our Insta, tune into our Twitter, and we will see you all tomorrow night. Big thanks to my panel. Big thanks to Alina.
Thanks for having me, and see you tomorrow.
Big thanks to Ian and Donna.
Thanks a lot. See you soon.
Big thanks to Joe.
See you, everyone.
Big thanks to Oban.
Good night.
Big thanks to Marius.
Thank you, guys. See you soon.
And as always, big thanks to my co-host, Stu.
Thanks, Tom. Great show. Can't wait to watch you tomorrow because I will not be on the panel. But have a great Melodi Festival show.
Hey, cheers, Stu. And we'll see you tomorrow night. Cheers. Thanks very much. Bye-bye.